commercial this evening. I mean, like, why not? Shit. People gonna be like, Chris, what the fuck? Why are you putting it out there on your ring name? I'm like, because.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. They call us Three the Hard Way. I see my man Dr. Cam Hill out there watching. What's up, Cam? I need to bring you on the show. He distracted me, but he didn't distract me from the enforcer. He didn't distract me from Mr. Dillsburg. I am your host, Stephen. We are your hosts. Three the Hard Way, baby. That's what we call it. As you can hear some music in the background. Jim Kelly, Jim Brown, Fred Williamson. We pride ourselves on our history of our black heroes. Yeah. But you got three new black heroes tonight, baby. That's why they call us Three the Hard Way. That's what we do, baby. All right. All right. What's going on, guys?
Nothing, man. Just different day, different toilet.
Hey.
I like that one.
Me and the enforcer were just chopping it up right before you came on the show. Mm-hmm. What's up, Kron? What's up, Christopher?
Hey, Con.
We were just talking before you came on the show, man.
What's up?
Our last installment.
Mm-hmm.
Our last installment of Who Killed WCW airs tonight at 9 p.m. Central. Mm-hmm. I would like to hear what everybody out there thinks. I would like to hear my boy. Do you guys remember Crowbar?
Yes.
Crowbar is watching on Facebook right now.
Oh, that's what's up.
Crowbar is watching on Facebook. Do you know they pulled Crowbar out of a filling station, a gas station?
Why?
Yeah, he was working at a gas station. They took him from a gas station and made him a superstar in the ring.
I remember he was in ECW.
Y'all remember that angle?
That happens.
Y'all remember that angle?
Oh yeah.
He was supposedly working at a gas station. The somebody comes up to him. I can't remember what happened. And I remember I was doing the commentary when that happened. And
I am totally unfamiliar with that.
I think David Flair found him. I think that David Flair found him.
Wow.
And that's why he always had a crowbar in his hand.
Oh,
wow. That's insane.
Oh, yeah.
So was he changing spare tires with a crowbar?
That was his weapon.
That's a good question. I think he was working on heavy equipment where they had to use a tow bar to get the tire out and then take it off.
Oh. I thought it was a murder weapon. Never mind.
But I remember we was doing commentary one night and Tony Schiavone was like, just a week ago, this guy was working at a gas station.
Life change.
I said, Tony, and what's wrong with that? I said, Tony, what's wrong with working at a gas station? It was so funny, man. Oh my God. But anyway, my man Crowbar, that's what I call him. His real name is Christopher Ford, man. Guy used to have some of the most incredible matches. He was one of the first to do some of the stuff that you see today. Guy was before his time. If his mother and father had gotten together and had him 10 years later, Crowbar would be at the top of the game right now. That's what I believe, because he was doing all that crazy stuff way back then. But anyway, Crowbar, glad you're watching the show, man. But at the end of the day, who killed WCW, man? I want to get you guys' opinion on who killed WCW, and then I want to get you guys' opinion on some of the stuff Chael Sonnen was saying about Vince McMahon. And after we finish with that, we'll go to some of the things that was happening in WWE and AEW.
We gotta talk about WWE.
First things first, huh?
We gotta talk about WWE. WWE.
That's what we were just talking about. We were just talking about before you came on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Floyd said the deep state killed WCW.
You're gonna have to elaborate on that. What you mean by deep?
Well, the deep state is what a lot of people that follow Donald Trump, not just Donald Trump, a lot of people in general around this country feel as though there's a deep state that actually runs everything. There are certain entities out there in the world that's really laying down things for us, and we're just the puppets. Now, with all that being said, I'm not going to identify it as the deep state, but I will identify it as the faces with no names.
Sound like anonymous. But
that is true. That is true.
But I
Mike said Trump is an actor in their show. I gotta agree with that. I've been saying that. I've been saying that since day one.
I really feel like this is The Apprentice. Like,
yeah, exactly. I really feel like I'm with you on that.
For real.
I'm with you, bro. I'm serious. It's like I'm watching a real reality show.
Well,
right.
And everybody getting paid but us.
I mean, that part. I must be sitting in the audience and like, man, throwing tomatoes at this show, because this show is atrocious.
Calcutta said it sounds like another Brutus Beefcake gimmick.
Oh wow!
Now wait a minute.
So I'm in the barbershop.
I can't let Calcutta come on here talking about Brother Brudi. Like every week somebody talk about Brother Brudi, I'm gonna have to check you, man. I can't let them talk about Brother Brudi like that, man.
Where are my scissors?
What did Brother Brudi do to you, Chris?
What? Say what?
What did Brother Brudi do to you? You talking about I got to get my scissors?
I mean, wasn't that his gimmick?
He had some clippers.
Oh, that wasn't no damn clippers.
He had some big ass bush clip.
That's what you cut. That's what you cut the hedges with.
That's what you cut weed with.
There you go.
That's what you cut weed with.
Okay, that wasn't something. That ain't when you go to the barber shop and the barbers start to cut your hair.
You ain't cut my damn hair. No,
well, I'm just saying. You ever seen something like that in a barber shop?
Hell no, not probably down
my
south,
barber
but
shop.
not my mind. That's some serial killer shit. Like, you ain't cutting my hair.
I mean, I understand that in the 80s, you know, my Caucasian people had the big ass hair with the orange.
Wait up, Enforcer. Hey, Chris, go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, man, so you can see the whole show. You're watching me right now.
Oh,
then again, you might be watching me on Facebook, because I got Facebook running twice. Once on the my Facebook going for my for the show, and I once on my phone. So you might be watching it and you might can see it. If you can't see the other guys, then you can go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube and you can see the show. You need to see this, man, because you're gonna be on here. Yeah. So you need to go see how it's set up. So I just sent him a DM a couple of weeks ago because I forgotten his real name. You know, us wrestlers, we don't know anybody's real name, man. You know,
we don't know about faces and your gimmick.
That's it.
Give me that.
That's it. The only person's real name is the guys that use their real name, like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash,
John Cena.
Yeah,
they couldn't come to Dutch Still and use Diesel and Razor's Edge. So
all right,
yeah,
that's true. But anyway, man, give me you guys' assessment on what you think of that last show. And
that was part two, right?
That's part 3.
Was it part 3?
No, I think tonight's part 3.
Oh yeah. Part 2 was last week. Part 3 is this week.
Part 3 is this week? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
it's a 4-part episode.
Okay. I thought that was okay. I lost track of time. Okay. They're up to the part now where they're talking about this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. I could have swore this was the 3rd week. Hey guys, okay. Kron just said part 4 is tonight. I think you guys missed the 1st week.
No, I'm caught up. Unless what was last week? I think last week was number 3 because it was up to the point where my brother got the belt and where Russo
was going through all the shit. That's
I didn't see. Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh man, how you gonna come on the show if you didn't see some stuff?
I know you ain't talking. Don't do that.
I saw it. Remember, as soon as we got up the show, I was asking you, did you have another show? Or were you going to be able to watch it?
I could have swore that was part 2.
That was 2 weeks ago.
The one,
yeah, you're right.
The one I missed. The one I missed, and I caught up.
I think I missed last week. I think I missed last week. Yeah, but no, I think I can still talk with you guys.
No, because see, we didn't do the show. We didn't do the show before the third one. We did the show before the second one.
Right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
This one, I definitely going to say this. Vince Russo took too much. It was.
What do you think about? What do you think about Vince and what he did?
Right, a lot of people was like giving him grief, but what he was doing, and I mean, I heard him talk about it and stuff like that. He was trying to give other people chances that they was not getting because he was trying to hold their spot.
Right,
and he already knew he was like a sitting duck when he came in there.
He already knew he already knew he was publicly in number one.
He was doomed before he even started.
And I even like I love the angle. To this day, I still say it could have worked if they would have.
Which one?
It. The New Blood versus the $1 Million Club.
You know what? I think you're 100% right.
I loved it. I like if they would have flipped it, made the New Blood, the young guys be the baby faces and the old guys be the heels. That would have worked perfectly. Would have made more sense that way, and like it would have made more stars and kept the old guys.
See, that was the thing, and that's what they're alluding to. If you listen to the verbiage, and put it together, that is what the verbiage is saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, how it chronicled the fact that certain people like Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Diamond Dallas Page, all these guys were trying to be the show. Nobody on the show wanted to change. Nobody on the show. Now, I remember I told you a couple of weeks ago, I was on another podcast with Ernest Miller, Sonny Ono, and another guy. And this is what I was saying. It's a way to do everything, but when one person is looking after his pockets, then the next guy gonna look after his pockets, then the next guy gonna look after his pockets, and it starts a chain reaction. Whereas don't nobody want to give up shit. You know why? Because you've already put the mentality in their heads that this shit is yours.
So with that being said, then the whole blame should go to Hulk Hogan.
With that being said, the blame, Chris, should go to whoever gave Hogan that power.
And that will go to Eric Bischoff.
Or, like I said, I didn't do his contract. Eric just put up, he didn't do the contract either. He signs on the contract, but who does the negotiations with Turner Broadcasting, that's a whole nother ballgame. By the mere fact.
The guy that was on the show, the other guy that's on the show, because he said he was a partner with Eric Bischoff, and he helped him and Eric Bischoff work side by side again. All this publicity and all this media and stuff like that with Ted Turner. But he's on the show. And he's the one that brought Eric Bischoff back after they fired him or told him to go home.
You're talking about I think you're talking about Brad Siegel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
okay.
He brought him back.
Let's take it back. Let's step back for a second. Oh yeah, guys. Anybody that want to call into the show, 832-243-4428. That's 832-243-4428. And the phones will be open after we get through with this discussion.
And please share the podcast. Y'all share the podcast on y'all social
media. Oh yeah. Please. Hit the like button, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up. Share this podcast with your friends, please. Now, after all of that, I have actually forgotten my train of thought as to what I was getting ready to talk about.
You was about to talk about where it actually started.
Oh yeah. I got you now. Okay. Hogan's coming in. Vince is already. Let's take this back in chronological order. Look at it from this point of view. And this is something I was trying to explain to Sonny Ono. Okay. Sonny Ono, everybody knows he's one of my best friends in the world. But Sonny Ono didn't get in this business, and neither did Eric Bischoff, in a conventional way, guys. You've heard me talk about that before. It's just certain things in the wrestling business you never do. Certain things you never do because the wrestling company is never built around a person. It's built around people. And if you build something around a person and give that person the ultimate state of power, if you know anything about history, when you give a person all the power in the world, he will die to keep it.
Like Hulk Hogan.
How about this? If you really want to go order, when Hogan came in, his very first match was for the WCW World Title
against Ric Flair.
Ric Flair bashed the beach. That gave WCW something that they haven't seen since the old days in the NWA. Jim Crockett. You don't. And the thing is this.
Enforcer. You 100% right. And why do you think they did that?
Well, for Hogan?
Why do you think that match went down the way it did? And when it did?
Wow. I don't know.
Deep question.
Because one guy got. I'm about to say, because when Hogan came there, and what that did, like I said, what that did for WCW, like, we're gonna put all our eggs in this Hogan basket. Everything, and you think about everything that happened after that. Some of the matches, some of the storytelling was all about Hogan. Hogan brews a barbie cake turn on him. Hogan gets the Dungeon of Doom. Hogan doing the most silliest monster truck matches, and then he was all black with a neck brace. It was all about Hogan. You forgot about the franchise thing. You forgot about everything on the show.
You forgot about the TV titles.
It's funny.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's funny that you saying that because history is repeating itself in WWE in some ways. Everybody's focused on the storyline of the bloodline, but everything else is like literally on the back burner. But it's not as bad as WCW.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Chris. They know how to do it.
Right.
They know how to do it. It's a way to do shit and it's a way not to do shit. Roman Reigns don't come in no meeting and say, hey, I want to do this. You dig?
Right.
No, you sit your ass down and I'll tell you what to do.
Right.
And if I need to change something, I'll change it. You can give me little, just like a wide receiver walking up to a quarterback and say, hey man, this cornerback is, he's covering me 10 yards deep on every play. Look for me. Okay. That's just a suggestion. He might not tell the coach. If the wide receiver go up and tell the coach, hey, coach, the wide receiver, man, shut up. I coach this team. Now sit your ass down over there. That's what a coach does.
Hey, coach, I'm open every play. I'm open.
Yeah. Sure you are.
Ass up. You ain't open.
You know what I'm saying? But if you go tell the quarterback, I got the power to change this shit because I'm the guy. So if I say, okay, I'm looking him off, I'm going to give you the Iggy enforcer. I'm going to give you the Iggy. He going long. Send you long. That's not the play I called in the huddle.
Right.
I'm going to give you the Iggy because if I change the play, then that corner might change his coverage.
Right. His route.
So that's what I'm saying. Roman Reigns you can put your input in, but this ain't your show. That's how everything should be. There's always a letter of command. That are grunts, then it's the guys over the grunts, then it's the guys that control the guys that's over the grunts, then you got the sergeant, then you got captain, then you got lieutenant. You see how this shit go? That's how the power command goes in any family. You got the husband, you got the wife, you got the oldest child, you got the middle child, you got the little child. The power command in any business in the world except for WCW. You ever thought about that?
And that's what killed them.
And that's I mean,
I'm not saying that killed it, but it didn't help.
I mean, it didn't help. It literally like there was a wound and no one bothered to attend to it.
There you go.
Like just letting it bleed.
Yeah, no one stitched it. No one put a Band-Aid on it. This is my curse with creative control. If you got something going and the person that got creative control don't like it, he got contract that said he could say no. Mm-hmm. Contract saying he don't have to come to the show. That's why I love the last episode, because it finally talked about your brother, Booker. Booker, I don't think he had that kind of, but he worked Nitro. He worked
Booker was pissed.
Thunder. Yeah, and then when they said, "Oh," someone kept on asking. I think it was Dave Arquette said on the episode. He said, "Booker, have you ever won the world title?" And Booker was like,
"Now, the way they wrote that into the documentary is all bullshit."
Okay, there we go.
Just get that shit. Let's just get that shit straight right now. Okay, David Arquette didn't have a goddamn thing to do with Book getting the fucking title. Mm-hmm. This is what I say about documentaries. No disrespect to anything, but that's when does an actor speak for a wrestler?
That part, the fuck, like
when does an actor? Well, that mean Arnold Schwarzenegger could have came in there and said, I want the world title on Rey Mysterio. I want the world title on Rey Mysterio Jr. I think he's a good wrestler. And they would have put him down there.
With some voices.
The
damn voices. The damn voices.
Into the chopper. I'm here to tell you about wrestling, y'all. Don't talk about that,
y'all ain't doing this week. Y'all ain't doing this week.
I'm just.
I didn't do bullshit, but the fact that this what made.
No, I'm not saying enforced it didn't. That conversation didn't happen.
No, but the way they were trying to say it was, Arquette put it in the meeting, a wrestling company meeting, that hey, y'all put this belt on me, but I think Booker should have got it. And they're like, oh, okay. But then they said later now it was Tony Schiavone put it in Vince Russo's ear, and they brought the meeting back and said, hey, we're thinking about giving the belt to Booker.
No. Like it. The thing with Tony Schiavone was saying, put the belt on David Arquette.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I switched it. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Russo has told this story many times when he was, looking for somebody else to do something outside of Hogan. Because both been Hogan and Jarrett. Right. Remember?
Right.
And Jarrett took the loss and Hogan walked out. Right. And Hogan never was the one reason why they couldn't do anything to Hogan, because everything was in writing.
And
everything is in writing. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
was it like when this happened? Now this is the one I always want to know. He really did not know Vince Russo was going to do what he did later that night.
I'm gonna tell you what Vince told me. Okay, that's all I can do. I'm not in the documentary, and you know why. I'm the last guy you want to put in the documentary, because that's wasted time and money. Not for me though. I'm gonna take the money, but I sing like a mockingbird. I sing better than the Temptations, singing in 5-part harmony. You don't want that on there, because it's gonna get all X'd out anyway. Because I'm gonna tell the truth.
We're gonna start calling Uncle David Ruffin. No ain't shit without me.
Right. Nobody wanted to see you, Otis. Right. Exactly.
But
I wanted to say this to Carl Color though. He said that he was like, I just don't understand why The Rock is putting his 2 cents in the episode besides being the co-producers.
What was that again?
I think it's
Stevie coming to. Yeah. What was that? What did he say?
Cal Cutler, he said this. He said, I don't understand why The Rock is putting his 2 cents in on this episode besides being the co-producers.
Well, I kind of answer that. If you think about it, at that time, that's WWE was winning the Monday Night War, and they knew from this side, from their perspective, what was going on. Like that's the only thing he can talk about from the WWE side perspective. He cannot talk about what happened over the WCW. So he can talk about. So what do you? If the guy asks him like, what did y'all think about the situation this week? Y'all heard? Because remember, they still have friends. DDP was still friends with Mick Foley.
Well, everybody
right.
pretty
And
much.
some of those WCW guys that left.
Well, what The Rock
went to WWE.
What The Rock was chronicling. What The Rock was chronicling was him when he used to watch WCW. Right. He thought it was cool.
Right.
I mean, what's wrong with saying that? Who said that? Calcutta?
Mm-hmm.
Man, let me cut his ass off.
Oh.
Let me pull him back up right now. I'm tired of his shit.
Oh no.
2-3 weeks in a row.
Oh no.
Now all of a sudden you don't like what The Rock said.
I love what The Rock says.
Rock is just telling it's a documentary, man. He's trying to get money. So the more he put his face in it, the more it sells.
Man, that man is
it's
a billionaire.
About the bag. How many times I got to tell people it's about the bag?
Always about the bag.
Everything on earth is about the bag. Everything.
Yo,
but still, like,
think of.
But once again, that smile that Dwayne does, it doesn't fool nobody. It doesn't fool.
He was a big fan. I remember meeting him back in Orlando years ago. It was back when we used to go down there and do those shows for Disney and MGM. Remember those? Yeah. WCW Saturday night, stuff like that. What's up, Dooney? I remember meeting him way back then. He was just getting into business. And he was a super, I mean, he knew who we all were and shit. And everybody was like, hey, man, that's The Rock's son and stuff like that. You know, I didn't know who he was at that time. And he was a super cool guy back then. And then next time I met him, he had already kind of made a name for himself as Rocky Maivia. So I think this was like 93, 94.
Yeah.
What year did he get to WCW? Who? I mean, WWE, The Rock.
Oh, this was like 97, 96.
90.
Okay, this was, like I said, this is before he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was at a gym we used to always work out at when we went down to Orlando. I don't know what he was doing down there. Maybe he lived down there. I don't know.
He lived down there. He was getting trained by his father.
Okay. And so maybe that's why.
And then he went to Tennessee and he was Flex Cabana, some shit like that.
Kron said November 96. So this was before 96. Yeah.
Yeah, this was around the time of Survivor Series.
Yeah. That's right. That's debuted.
But anyway, the Rock's 2 cents really has no bearing on. He's just really talking about how the fans were looking at, and him as a fan was looking at the product at that time. But at the end of the day, you can't make professional wrestling about a person.
Right.
How many times do I have to say that? And this is what I disagreed with way back then. This is what I talk with certain people about it. Like I said, I'll get Teddy Long back on the show, and I'll bring this stuff up to him. We used to have these conversations, and I used to always going back to what Enforcer said earlier. The first match out of the chute was Hogan against Flair. Who, if you run in an organization, who would let that happen like that? That means you shitting on Ric Flair, who has given so much to this company, being where it is, whether you and him get along or not. I'm talking about Bischoff. Whether y'all get along or not, you don't shit on the man like that. I know Rick got a lot of different things, you know, had a lot of different things going on at that time. But when Hogan came in, Flair was the booker. Did y'all know that?
And his DVD.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In his DVD, he said that he was the booker. That's why him and Mick Foley didn't get along. And when he the one that brought Hogan and Macho Man into WCW.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
I don't know about all that.
But the funny thing is that he said I had to look up to see was he lying or not, but it was true. When those two did come there, the first person they pinned was Ric Flair.
Right.
Right. So,
now Flair might have suggested that. I don't know how much cachet he had.
I mean, Hulk Hogan was doing Thunder in Paradise
because Mick Foley, that might have been true. Mick was there way before that because Flair wasn't a booker when Ric Flair got there. Flair wasn't a booker then. Flair was the booker when he was a part of the team. It was Arn. No, I'm sorry. It was Dusty Rhodes and Ole Anderson. That's what it was.
That name, I just get pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Dusty Rhodes and Ole Anderson. That's who it was. But I'm quite sure he was on the board and all that.
Right.
He was on the board. But at the end of the day, I'm just putting it in perspective. I don't want to tell this story because you guys gonna laugh.
No, try me. I need a laugh.
Come on.
Okay. If
Real Cold just said, "Yep." Huh?
No. Keep going. I don't want you to lose your train of thought.
No. What I'm saying is, yeah. And I remember we were hearing things about Hogan coming in, and then when he came in, we were in Orlando taping some of those shows, like I said, and I remember this so vividly. Because we used to dress in this big giant dressing room where everybody would be. And then you had certain guys that had their own dressing room, like Flair and Dusty, a few other people had their own little dressing rooms down there. But all the boys would be in one big giant dressing room with chairs and this, that, and, dressing, not like in a locker room, but this is like a big giant dressing room. You get in where you fit in and change your clothes and shit like that, and ask somebody to watch your shit when you go to the ring and wrestle, So now look at Calcutta. They should have not look at him. They should have built up Hogan Flair. They could have had Flair pay people to stop Hogan from, now he a booker and a writer. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta finish this.
Okay.
And then stop from getting close to getting the title match with Ric Flair, similar to Rhodes.
No.
Flair feud. Okay, no. Calcutta. Now, Calcutta.
Man.
Now, we would have lost all ratings if Calcutta was one of the. If Calcutta was one of the writers. Do you know what the ratings would be? Right, back in those days.
In the tubes.
He want to bring back the old NWA. You know what I'm saying?
Hogan would have got his ass whooped every week, like Dusty did. Let's not forget, Dusty got his ass whooped outside of the wrestling. They broke his arm.
Right.
His man up. Listen. And then he got back, and what they call them, the risky business boys. No, we're not doing that. Hogan he would not have no fucking risky business boys. He had to
Cal, don't listen to these two. I love nostalgia. So
Cal, you better listen to me.
That wouldn't work, bro.
Calcutta, you need to listen to me, man. You need to listen to me more often. This is exactly what you need to be doing. You need to be listening and taking notes at the same time. That's what you need to be doing, Calcutta. Talking about paying some people to stop Hogan.
I think WCW, what they was trying to do was try to get what WWF fucked up at. Because WWF had them. They had WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, and they cut it. For some reason, I guess Hogan didn't win, whatever, or Flair didn't want to lose a bit. I don't know what happened. I don't work there.
It was a clash of egos, basically.
Clash of egos. Let's just see like that. So what they did was they built off of that. They said, we got the two biggest names in wrestling from the 80s. Finally go clash.
But see, Dusty was done by then. Dusty was done.
As a wrestler or as a promoter?
As a wrestler. Like I said, he was on the booking committee, but he got fired from that. Him and Ole. They both got fired at the same time. You know who fired him?
Bischoff?
Or you know who was behind firing him?
Who?
Take a wild guess.
Don't say Hogan.
Flair?
He got quiet when I said Hogan.
I just said take a wild guess.
That's the wildest guess I'm going to take because
you took a good one.
It was really
you took a very good one.
Wow.
Going back to the story I was about to tell you. When we was down in Orlando, Hogan came in when we were down in Orlando. And Guys like Mike Graham, he was in the office. Guys like Greg Gagne, he was in the office. Flair was in the office. Ole, Dusty. These are all agents and stuff. Bill Dundee, he was in the office. And put it like this. This is the honest to God truth, Enforcer, and you, Chris. And y'all know I don't really like going into certain things. I'm talking about certain things.
I know.
That day was the last time that I ever seen some of those guys that I just named.
Like you haven't seen them in years?
That day, Hogan came in. Listen to what I'm saying. Some of those guys I never saw again after that day.
I try to think.
They was working earlier that day. The next day, I never saw him again.
I think Mike went right to WWF.
No, Mike Graham was still there. I said some of those guys. I didn't say Mike. I said some of those guys. I'm not gonna call any names.
Okay.
I'm not gonna call any names. I'm just letting you know certain guys I never saw again after the day Hogan got there. And on top of that, Flair, remember I told you Flair had his own office because he was a booker.
Yeah.
The second half of that day, in that big dressing room that I was telling y'all about, like where all the boys at, and in that dressing room, we act like third graders when the teacher walk out the dressing room. That's how that dressing room was. Everybody acting a fool, doing their thing, playing cards, playing this, fucking with each other, laying down, whatever, until somebody tell you your match is going to be at a certain time, this, that, and the other. All of a sudden, who did we see come in the dressing room with all the grunts and get a chair and had to bring his bag and then be with all of us? And he got a Armani suit on. Who you think it was?
Poor Ricky Flair.
Yes. So when you talk about that match, Enforcer, writing was already on the wall.
But I'm looking at when first after that match, from that match on to Starrcade, and when he noticed, that this is not WWF. You in Horseman country. You in
what's up, Queen?
Shout out to Queen.
Hey,
what's going on, Queen?
You are in WCW where they not with that say your prayers, they into the Horseman stuff. So he tried to change it, blah blah. It was not working. And then, but it still was making y'all money.
He was brought in all wrong. He was brought in as an extension of what he used to be. Well, a generation has passed. If you see what I'm saying, so 10 years done passed.
So it was the best move he ever did was turn heel.
But I ain't talking about that. If you're not drawing money, this is where I've put my foot down and I've been steadfast on my opinion. Nothing against Hogan, nothing against Bischoff. I love those guys. Got nothing against them. I'm just talking about business right now. Hulk Hogan didn't have a private plane when he worked for Vince. Hulk Hogan didn't have creative control when he worked for Vince. And Hulk Hogan, the company was going in a different direction because Vince and those guys in WWF at that time can see the future from a wrestling perspective or even from a entertainment perspective. We're going in a different direction now. Did you see the movie Dreamgirls? I'm going to give you an example.
Yep.
Did you see the movie Dreamgirls?
Yep.
Did you see Eddie Murphy play Jimmy Early?
Yeah.
And he was hot when the Jamie Foxx character started the company. Then they got to a point where he told him, I don't need you anymore, brother. Remember, the music was changing.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And he said, man, you can never kill a man with soul. You probably can't. But the company is going into a different direction now. That's the entertainment business. It ain't personal. It's just business. So if you ain't drawing money over here at Motown, like the Temptations did when they drawed all the money at Motown, then they left Motown because everything was changing in the 80s, and they go to late 70s, whatever. Then they go to Epic Records. They never were the same. They never were the Temptations from the 60s and early 70s when they had 100 hits. And it's the same guys. Because now we're going into what? The disco era.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with what you're singing. But the disco is what's Saturday Night Fever and all that stuff. This is what's happening now. So you take that same analogy and put it toward professional wrestling. It's the same thing.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at real cool because he's putting the words of the song that's in my head right now.
What's that?
Gee, what a rib. Gee, what?
Wow.
That song's in my head right now. So you said that's that name.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if you remember the movie, what the movie was trying to tell. It ain't nothing wrong with what you do, like what he did on the live show. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul. Okay. Not tonight, Jimmy.
He got fired.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't do what I told you to do. What I'm saying is this. I think Eric was trying to make a big splash, and he did to a certain degree. But then the one thing that was great started to become the one thing that hindered everything. Because now nobody else has growth underneath you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else can come up because you ain't giving up nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't giving up nothing. If you not in the main event, I don't even want to be on the show.
I would say how many times can you go back to the NWO?
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about before the NWO.
But what I'm saying is this: like you said, it's hindered. So
right.
If you
the NWO was an accident. Remember, Sting was supposed to be the one.
Right, I know. And that's what I'm saying. But when you put Hogan there, it worked. It worked,
but you didn't have control over it because he was still making all the decisions as to how the NWO was going to go because the way he looked at it, I'm the fucking NWO. And I'm going to squeeze this goddamn turnip till I can't squeeze it no more.
Shout out to Stormy.
Because I got a contract.
Stormy, our boy Stormy from the hashtag Heels for Life. He's in the comments. Everybody, please share the podcast. Share it, and please like. Please. That's great.
And that's what they're telling you in the store. Step by step is how it got to the Russo thing. And like I was telling you earlier, I never got a chance to answer your question because somebody said something. Mm-hmm. Russo told me point blank that everybody was in on what was supposed to go down that night.
Including Hogan?
Yes.
So why did Hogan act like...
Don't ask me.
Okay.
I'm just saying what Enforcer asked. He said, how is it that everybody wasn't in on that? I'm just telling you what Russo said. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, Chris. I can't answer that question, so I'm not in that position. I wasn't behind the scenes. But if I was working in the office, I would have got fired anyway. So,
Stormy, we're going to answer that later.
Yeah, right now we haven't got to that segment yet, so we'll let you know.
So,
what did Stormy say?
He want to know how you feel about the Wyatt Six taking the pick with a fan after they had that huge debut.
Isn't that kind of killing kayfabe?
Wait a minute. How?
It was something that Mark Henry said that it was bad for business that you WWE put all this money on the debut, and then the same night later on you went to a Whataburger and took a picture with the fans out of your makeup. I don't.
Wait a minute. I don't get it. Who are they talking about?
The Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six. The one that happened. Remember, I told you the last 5 minutes of Raw. Everybody was talking about the debut of the Wyatt Six.
Right.
So right after that, after the show, they went to get something to eat. A fan noticed them and took a picture with them. And Mark Henry saying that was bad for business, because all the money. I say this, and maybe you could tell me how you feel about it. I say this is not back then. Like these fans today, the internet, all this, they smart.
Right.
It's
you know what I say?
Entertainment. They know this is a show.
You know what I say?
Go ahead.
Eat your Whataburger and shut the fuck up. That's what I say.
I mean,
who gives a fuck? Give me double cheese. Give me double cheese. Give me double cheese on it too. You dig? And extra onions. Yeah.
I mean, this is 2024. It's not 1996.
And
the world has changed.
And I want a wheat bun, not that white crap.
A Whataburger.
That's what I usually get at Whataburger. Right, when they stopped selling the wheat buns, I never got another Whataburger from Whataburger because they don't sell the wheat buns no more.
Oh, you don't like that? You don't like that Wonder Bread?
No, man. I like the wheat bread, man. They sold the company a few years ago. Another corporation took over the Whataburgers. They still sell the same stuff, but they stopped giving the wheat buns. That's when you know it can't be nobody from Texas that bought the place.
Yeah, real cold. Like, yeah, I think that's the biggest issue with professional wrestling, especially in this generation. There's too many smart fans. There's too many neckbeards that, you know, they say, yes, I got this information from this person, and the fucking source is not even credible.
Most people are incredible.
But that's what when we get to it. When we get to the segment, because me and was talking about it before the show. You might have too many smart fans, but when you get these fans like SmackDown did,
yeah,
that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing.
But you know, people are conditioned for. They're conditioned. You know, if you come from another era, you're not conditioned for the product the same way the fans today are conditioned for it. So, you know, it is what it is, and that's why I was making the Hogan analogy when it came to Vince McMahon. The new fans don't really care about the Hogans. The new fans cared about the Attitude Era, what they was going into at that time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They cared about that, and that's what you have to give the fans what they want, not what you want. It's that simple. You got to give the fans what they're conditioned for.
I always gave. I don't know if anybody agree, but I always gave WCW the credit for the Attitude Era.
What was that?
I always gave WCW the credit for the Attitude Era, not ECW.
Even though ECW did it first?
ECW gave you the formula, but WCW started, when they started kicking their ass, they had to change their ways.
Right.
To me. Mm-hmm. So it always started when, like, that's when Steve Austin started cursing more and DX started being little pricks and short. But like it.
But remember, they were going through a transition then.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All the old guys were coming over to WCW.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not an accident. So in essence, that can be a double-edged sword.
Oh,
because now you're bringing in talent that's been used somewhere else, and the talent that you should be building to take this thing into the new millennium. Now they're put on the back burner.
Right.
Now those same fans don't care about them anymore.
True.
That's very true. And don't get me wrong.
So now you're killing your company from the top to the bottom. So when Russo comes in and tries to do something totally different, now everybody's pissed off at him because I don't want to lose what I got. Vince McMahon would have never went for that kind of bullshit because it's like it's business. Hey, Enforcer, man, it was great doing business with you. You've been here 8-9 years. You made some good money, but I'm moving on from you, bro, because I got to take care of my company. It ain't your company. When this company lose money, I lose money. When WCW lose money, Eric Bischoff never lost a dime because it wasn't his money.
But the thing is, I tell people like the young Vince, not Vince that we know now.
Right?
He's been doing that. Like when if you're not making him no money, you're not putting butts in seats, or you're not. So I gotta move over from you. I gotta put somebody else in that spot.
That's been my point the whole night.
Right. And
the whole night I've been trying to chronicle how you run a business like a business. I don't care if it's wrestling on the marquee or ice skating.
Mm-hmm.
Business is business. It ain't the buddy show. It ain't the I'm cool with you show.
You know, people think that's how you go stay around. You be buddies with the booker.
Right. And that's why I was saying on the other podcast, that is why generals never get close to the soldiers. That is why head coach, Hall of Fame coaches never get close to the players. Because my job is to win. My job is not to be your babysitter. I got bosses to answer to, and I got money to go get.
And that's the biggest.
That's just the way the business is, and that's how the territories were. Now they'll push a guy till they can't push him no more. That's why he moved on to another territory. Okay, when Hogan was moving on to another territory, which we don't have territories in, but from one organization to another one, you don't cuddle him. No disrespect, but he wasn't drawing money over here no more. Now the NWO, I ain't talking about the NWO thing. Now if he had came over in the NWO, now we got something. But he didn't. That is why you come over, beat Ric Flair. I'm like, wait a minute. It seemed like Hogan should have been doing an angle with Ric Flair because, like I said, you never show favoritism to the outsiders. Right. You show favoritism to the guy that drew you money. Just like when they brought in ECW guys and putting them over on WCW guys. That is the dumbest, stupidest, imbecilic, stupidest, upside down, inverted bullshit I ever seen in my motherfucking life.
Oh God!
You don't do that. God. Now when Vince brought in, when Vince brought in WCW guys and when he brought in ECW guys, he pushed a few of the ECW guys. What the fuck did he do to all the fucking WCW guys? Killed them off. Because if I got money invested in you, for Enforcer, I'm loyal to you. You one of my guys. I'm gonna bring in somebody else and then put him over on you? You kidding me? And he was made in a barn in Philadelphia somewhere? Baltimore, whatever it was? You kidding me?
I was just about to bring up, since you said that, because they just had a documentary on a certain someone that was in ECW.
I ain't trying to throw salt on nobody.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about business.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Because I always thought that too. Like, listen, Sting, when WCW, before he was the Crow, I still was a Sting guy. I was a Sting fan. That was the franchise to me. And he took the backseat for a lot of people.
Right.
Before he did that Crow Sting, he did a backseat job. Oh, I'll be friendly with you. I'll your tag team partner, or I'll align with you. But you was the man. You was the man that had the main events in Starrcade. You was the man that had the main storylines. And then the Hogan come around. Now you the mid card.
Right.
But
Sting is a team player. But what I'm saying is, if you got any sense in your head from a real wrestling perspective, Hogan, you got to come in here and earn the title. Get the fans behind you. Just come in and boom, 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 1, 2, 3. Come on, man. I'm like, okay, now that's the difference. But just because somebody played basketball, or just because somebody played football, baseball, hockey, that don't mean they know a damn thing about coaching it.
Ooh.
Do that make sense?
JJ Redick.
No. I'm talking about there are a lot of guys that are. But just because somebody was great, like a Magic Johnson, he was great, couldn't coach worth a shit.
Did he coach?
Yeah, he tried to coach the Lakers at one time.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
I'm just telling it like it is, dog. And just because Hogan is Hogan, don't mean he know anything about doing angles for a big-time wrestling TV show other than what makes him look good. What I'm saying is a conflict of interest in a business. I don't look at this shit like from a fan's perspective because I'm one of the guys out there doing it. I'm looking at it like a business. I want everybody to succeed. And the only way a company succeeds, I'm talking about from the executives all the way down to the guys that work on the dock. It's got to be about the company. The guys that drive the trucks, it's got to be about the company. The secretaries in there that's busting the midnight oil to get all this paperwork done. It's got to be about the company.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody up in the executive positions, you got to be pushing your fucking ass to make this company go. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Good segue, because that's how I'll go with when it comes to killing WCW. Because, like I said, they put all the responsibility on Vince Russo. But
right.
Who was giving help, trying to help Vince Russo in the executive side? Because I didn't hear no names. No names.
But they wasn't wrestling guys anymore. So in essence, what I think that killed WCW was WCW.
Slowly.
Because nobody was about business. Everybody was about man overboard. I'm gonna get this dinghy. I'm gonna get this life raft. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the.
And when you got that kind of attitude, I'm talking about in anything. When you got that kind of attitude, even in a family, if a whole family is all about themselves, you ain't got a family.
Right.
You ain't got a family. Y'all all might have a last name, but y'all ain't together.
So the funny thing about the last week episode was when they said they brought Eric Bischoff back. He said that Eric Bischoff's job was not really to be in charge, but was to watch.
To work with Russo.
Right. But Eric said they told him to watch over Vince Russo. Like, okay, if he go out of control, you did to bring him back to earth. Like, no, that's too much. You want to bring it down a little bit.
But this is the thing, bro. That's true. But apparently the guys that was giving them their orders didn't really know what was going on, if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really know what was going on either, because that kind of shit don't work in the wrestling business. That's the kind of shit you do in the corporate business, or accountants and shit like that. Because we talking about a creative product. We talking about a creative product. Okay, one guy thinking this way, the other guy thinking this way. I'm from this, you from this. That's oil and water. Either one guy does everything, the other guy does nothing. And like Russo said, look, if you want him to be the creative guy, you need to give it to him. Remember Russo said that on the show?
Yep. Mm-hmm. He also had.
You need to give it to him.
And
then he said, what you said, oh no, Vince, I want you to be over it. But Russo,
he had more time than 80% of the roster.
Now he got some heat for that. I think people want to kill him for that.
I heard that like, ooh.
I think Vince was trying to get some clicks.
Oh, he got it.
I think Vince was trying to get some clicks on that one.
He got it because his Twitter was on fire at these.
Oh no, I started to call him after I heard that. I started to call him and go, brother, what have you done? I ain't lying. But then when we did the podcast last week, he was like, oh man, I've been catching it on social media. I already knew because I started to call him. And like, what are you thinking, man? I never knew when he said that, I was like, did he just say?
He had the.
Did they say what I thought he said?
He had the serious face, looking right in the camera, and with the Vince Russo, like this, the arm folded with the arm, like it had. I was like, oh shit, he meant that shit.
And I had forgotten, guys. I had forgotten how much Vince had implemented himself into the show. I had forgotten. I forgot about the match with him and my brother in the cage.
Oh, you forgot about that one?
I forgot.
That was the funniest one because he had a Giants helmet on. He had
I know.
What the fuck was that?
He said
I've forgotten.
He said he was hurt. He was already hurt.
And you heard and you come out there looking like you about to play wide receiver.
He said he was trying to like. If you go back, I think he said he was trying to like build, saying that Booker was the champion. He was scared for his ass. Then Goldberg was supposed to come out, and spear him, but Goldberg speared him at the wrong cage, and he hit his head with the helmet on the gate,
and the helmet came off,
and the helmet came off, and he won the WCW title, and then he relinquished it the next week, and I was like, oh my God, I remember that.
Sound like a bad car crash.
It looked like a bad car crash.
It was.
Yeah. Oh my God, man! But
yeah, wow.
That's what the show had become. That's what the show had became, man. And what can you do? But like I said, they're chronicling a lot of things that happen on the show, and they're giving us little tidbits of things that happen behind the scene. That's my whole thing right there. It's not enough behind the scenes stuff as to what was going on, because I actually believe somebody, once that stuff went over to Time Warner, I wouldn't be surprised if some of those producers that want to put their stuff on wanted that stuff gone 2-3 years before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted it gone.
I think they said they went back and looked at the revenue, the numbers, and
said
that it was actually starting going down here like 2 years before they even brought it. And yeah, I'll go ask you this though, Stevie. Like you saw the roster at the end of it, and it has some names that we know now,
right?
That is still in the business, like AJ Styles,
right?
Maybe they would have tried to push them, or at least help them build them up around the time. Would have been able to save it, or nah, it was too late. It was already blood out. It was done,
brother. As long as you had guys that were used to being on top, not ready to relinquish being on top, the company is going to fail. It's going to fail. Because you got to realize something, guys. Mm-hmm. The inmates can never run the prison. Have you ever heard that analogy?
Yeah.
Of course, we use that all the time, but WCW is American tragedy, like literally.
It is.
It
is.
It should have still.
It is. Yes. It is, man.
About it.
It is because of the dysfunctionality that ran in the annals of the walls of WCW.
It should have still been going on right now.
Yes. And it could have still been going on.
For sure.
It could have. WCW could have sold the company to somebody and kept it going. They didn't. That should tell you something right there. Something was going on that was so astronomical that we'll never know exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. This is just like Lee Harvey Oswald and JFK. They will always say Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK, even though no sniper, no expert marksman could ever make the shot that he made, which tells you what? He never did the shot.
Right.
So history will always have to be how it's written.
You think tonight they're gonna like get to the where you want the show to go? Like, all right, you gave us everything outside and little tidbits here. Let's get the whole story of behind the when no one don't know. We all know about the TV and the ratings and the numbers are down. What happened in the executive side that we don't know about? Y'all go talk about that.
How can you be how can you be a TV person, especially working for Time Warner, and not see the future?
The first thing I did was cable.
No, the reason I say that, they started the shit. They are the ones that started HBO, the #1 movie cable station in the world. They are the ones that brought boxing to cable. They are the ones that brought pay-per-view to cable. They are the ones that started doing these high-end documentaries on everybody. But when it comes to professional wrestling, I don't know nothing like Nino Brown on New Jack City. You ain't gonna make me believe that. Unless something else is going on. What that something else is, I don't believe guys will ever know. I got my own speculations, and I think I'm closer to the truth than most, but we'll never know officially.
Wow.
And tonight we're gonna find out.
Hopefully.
But anyway, guys, enough on that. Did anybody out there, guys, that's watching the show right now, did anybody hear what Chael Sonnen said about Vince McMahon? He said he knew 11 professional wrestlers that had slept with Vince McMahon, and 8 of them were women. That's what he said. And Chael Sonnen is a very convincing guy when he talks. I love listening to the bad guy. I love listening to his podcast. I remember doing his interviews and stuff like that in the ring. I was like, this guy's a professional wrestler. And I didn't know at the time that Chael Sonnen went through the power plant.
I know that.
Yes. He went through the power plant.
I want to go. I
to be a professional wrestler.
I want to go through these 11 or these 8 out of 11. I want to know. It's the reason why them dildos were named. I actually believe him. I
want to know the names though.
I think that Vince McMahon was. I think he was the dirty bottom in this situation, or he did that hot tooey. You know, if you
spit on thing,
you know what I mean. You know, he spit on that thing. I think that's what he did. But who
you think the 8 wrestlers were?
Females?
Yeah. Well, it was 8 girls and 3 guys.
I think it was. I think Trish was one of them. Trish, Sable,
Tori.
Yeah, because she was. I heard she was Superhead. No, that was Kelly. That's number 4.
What?
Let me see.
Stacey Keibler.
Yeah, that's number 5.
Okay.
Who else?
You said Sable?
Yeah, I said Sable. No, we are number 6.
Okay. God. What's her name?
Mickey James.
Yeah.
Mickey James. Mickey.
No.
Oh
no. God, because she was women's champion, but she couldn't wrestle for shit.
Sure.
She used to do the collect call commercials, and she did that stupid hand twirl thing.
Who is that?
But Michelle.
Don't say Michelle. Oh, you talk about Candice Michelle.
Candice Michelle. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 7.
I liked her too.
Yeah, I love GoDaddy.
I liked all those girls y'all talking about.
GoDaddy. Yeah.
GoDaddy. Damn.
I liked all of them. That's a good That's a good roster.
Wow.
That's a very good roster.
A nice starting 5 and a good bench.
Exactly.
William say China.
No.
Okay.
No, hell no.
Sorry, bro.
Terry Runnels.
No go.
I will go with Terry Runnels, but then that means Vince got
not Ashley. No, do not bring her up.
What about your girl that came from WCW? Did you name her?
Yeah, Tori.
Yeah, okay.
Tori. Well, I definitely. When you say if you saying Terry Reynolds, then Vince got herpes. So nope.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Brother New Jack told everybody.
That's right. He did say that.
Because he said that.
But he didn't tell Vince though.
He didn't like Vince. I
heard
that.
No, what I'm saying is, he didn't tell Vince what Enforcer was alluding to about Terry Reynolds.
About having herpes? Oh.
Yeah.
I heard that she ate ass.
You heard that from who? New Jack?
That was New Jack. New Jack
tell on everything.
New Jack was filthy.
Yeah, New Jack tell everything. I was listening to that. I was listening to that, man. I was like, golly, I wouldn't tell anybody, but that's me. Everybody got their own way, bro.
Especially like,
Willie said Ashley.
No,
Willis, it's not Ashley. Nigga. No,
don't. Willis. No, don't do that.
No,
hey,
don't do.
You're a straight up wild man for saying that. You gonna get. They gonna fuck you.
You really wild. You are really wild for.
Well,
saying
we not that far off. We up to about what 5, 6, whatever.
No, we at 8. We done. We done with that roster.
Did you do 8?
Hell yeah, we just got done with that. Now we just need to do the niggas now.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all the honest to God truth. Mm-hmm. This was back when I first got into the wrestling business, man. And that's why all of this stuff that's coming out about what Chael Sonnen is saying, what a lot of those accusations from different people are saying, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be straight up and honest. I heard about all this stuff back in 1989.
So I think I know one.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of person that I'm a live and let live kind of person. I don't really dwell on shit. But I heard those rumors about Vince in 1989, 1990, years ago.
Surprise.
That's why when everything hit the fan. But I've heard certain things from other people also throughout the years.
I mean, because everybody is saying the same thing. Someone's telling the truth.
Yes.
Because we've been hearing this for the last 25 years.
Right.
If you hear the same story, maybe a little twist here, but it all comes to the same result. They got some facts to it.
Anthony say Lita.
No.
No. I don't think he was in the redheads.
No, he was into blondes and brunettes.
Yeah, he was more blondes.
He liked blondes more than anything.
And Lita knew how to wrestle, so he tried his best.
Yeah, he definitely he definitely came in Trish.
He made the girl.
Somebody told me he was a big mark for Trish. Big mark.
I knew that. I mean, if you literally French kissing her on national television
in front of your wife.
Hey, it's an act. It's like acting.
That was no goddamn acting.
That was acting, man.
That man was sloppy.
This is what he said.
Face.
He said, "I'm going to
stick." He slopped in her face.
He said, "I'm gonna stick my tongue in you. Then I'm gonna stick my dick in you when we're done."
You want to raise?
Did he say that?
Wait, what?
I don't remember the shit like you guys. I do remember.
No. On TV.
This is Vince. Vince is like this. Like I didn't pay attention to this because I was a teen. I was a wrestling fan. So I didn't give a fuck about this. Now, fast forward to 25 years later, I'm putting all this shit together like this is a jigsaw puzzle. And it's just like
it's like
all these accusations and all of these cases. It's like
when you hear all these shoot. Not no documentary that's produced by great producers. When you hear these shoot videos, when you're in a freaking room and they got the little, and they talking about this junk, and you have want to see this shit, but you still watching like.
And another thing Chael Sonnen said that was very, very interesting, and I swear to God, I used to talk about how this shit is like pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. The whole Donald Trump campaign. Chael Sonnen said if he was a betting man, he think Vince was behind the whole campaign. And I swear to God, I've been saying that for years.
He kind of was.
It was like pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. The whole thing was like campaigning pro wrestling. So Chael Sonnen said he wouldn't be surprised if Vince produced the whole thing.
They put it side by side.
Because you remember, as soon as
he had a porn star who was blonde and tall and big boobies and all that stuff, and that's kind of girls Vince like. Then you got another scandal where Trump said grab about the pussy, something like Vince would say on TV. We heard all the stuff he says, so it looked like a wrestling storyline.
It does, man. I swear to God,
it really was.
I'm talking about even today. But but this today, and we talking about the aftermath now. But I'm talking about the campaign leading up to the election, that first election in 2016.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, man. I was like, this shit is like pro wrestling.
Wow.
I say because Trump is kind of like Ric Flair. I was like, he's kind of like a political version of Ric Flair. I used to always say that.
Say a wrestler can't be a president. Say a wrestler can't be a president. I look at Donald Trump like, let's go back to his campaign. That's the best damn TV you will have.
And like I said, look how many people got the ratings for cable television went through the roof when Donald Trump ran for president. It went through the roof. It wasn't shit on TV no more. Up until, I mean, you were kind of like burnt out on the Barack Obama shit. He don't do nothing. I mean, when he first got in, it was kind of interesting. Then after that, I'm like, damn, you're just a regular president now, just doing shit for the world. Okay. What's interesting in that? Nothing.
I mean, this dude was
I think that's the main reason why these people want Donald Trump in office.
But that might be true. But what I'm saying is you have to base your campaign off what preceded you.
For sure.
So you gave him ammunition.
Controversy.
Exactly. Controversy.
So yeah, you're probably right.
Because everybody likes that, especially in 2024. People don't care about the positive; they care about the negative.
Right.
The negative is what draws people to you. The controversy, the chaos. Everybody likes that shit.
But because everybody got something to talk about every morning.
There you go.
Every morning, you look at all these cable ratings; they done went through the roof.
Just like pro wrestling.
Just like pro wrestling.
And he used the same
controversy sells.
Exactly.
And that is why I've always said Donald Trump was put in office for a reason. Because now we have turned top politics into professional wrestling.
Go look,
and people love professional wrestling even when they don't.
But
now you do.
Go look at those debates. You tell me that's not a freaking wrestling promo.
Speaking of debates, y'all turned into Thursday. Because the first debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden is going to be on all.
I don't want to see that debate. You know why? You know why?
What's that?
It's going to be too civilized. I want the audience out there, and I want Donald Trump when he talking shit. Now you got some, like them last debates. I like that.
I mean,
when every time Joe tried to say something, Donald Trump would talk over him. I loved it.
He's a freaking liar.
They can to a certain degree. They can to a certain degree.
But now they're gonna cut your mic off, Chris.
Yeah. You, if a person is talking, you cannot talk.
You can't talk.
He's still gonna talk over him.
But the thing is,
his mic off.
But the thing is,
he's gonna have a bullhorn. I'm telling you, Donald Trump gonna fucking cheat. He gonna have a bullhorn. You can't cut me off, motherfucker. I'm a felon. I do what the hell I want.
I wouldn't be surprised. He might do that. Or he might scream real loud. But this the thing, though, Chris. When you're doing something like that, the way they got everything set up, even if he talks with the microphone off, the engineers can still control your voice to the television. If you know what I'm saying.
I thought about
because the engineers control your voice. They can phase your voice out on the television. So even if you're not on the mic and you screaming, hey, wait a minute, that's a lie. Those guys in the back can take that shit straight. You ever seen them mixing tables?
Yeah, they did too. WWE.
You ever seen that shit?
And then WWE like to plug in like little, things.
Right.
Like,
Bro, so what I'm saying is, oh no, brother, they got all bases covered. Even if he had one of them things like a cheerleader.
For sure.
Yeah, go.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? They had that shit.
Trump is gonna go to Walmart and get those karaoke mics like this shit right here. Hold on.
He can't bring him in there, bro.
YouTube on, and he gonna still talk his shit.
The thing about it,
so damn microphone.
No, bro.
I'm huge.
He ain't gonna do that. No. This is going to be one of the, and there's no fans in the audience too.
None.
Oh God.
None.
Ooh.
Nobody in the audience.
And this is what Joe Biden wanted. He didn't want an audience. He just wanted one-on-one. But Donald Trump, the way he's talking, he just like, oh, I give up. Like, I want to do this debate.
I'm gonna tell you, listen.
Oh no, he already agreed to it. Remember, Donald Trump was the one asking for the debates.
But I'm gonna say what he gonna do. He gonna get people outside. He's gonna have a big screen and have a rally outside. Like,
that's fine.
They're gonna make noise. You gonna hear
This the thing, though. This is what you don't understand. This is a CNN production.
Yeah.
This is a CNN production.
I thought it was
huh?
I thought it was Fox News.
No. This is CNN production.
Oh, okay.
You ain't getting that, bro.
The CNN production. You can have 1 million people outside. That don't mean I'm gonna put the camera on them.
They got soundproof. They soundproof too.
And on top of that, the CNN production, you can't even come on the whatever they putting the shit at. You can't even come on the fucking no.
All right.
This is for the first of all, the president is inside. If you see what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The president of the United States is inside this building. So I can't be no fans. Secret Service ain't gonna let no fans come nowhere close to Joe Biden. That's how this shit works. Now, if you running for something, that's one thing. When the president own the fucking property, man, you can't come within 10 goddamn miles of that goddamn building.
Shit.
No, this ain't one of your rallies. This is the president of the United States of America. So that shit is out. Forget about it.
Yeah, they got like barricades. They up there.
Bro, you can't even come in that. You can't even come in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you. And I see the downtown Milwaukee is not huge, but the way they like got the Fister Forum like blocked off, like you can't come within like fucking 5 miles.
That's what I'm saying.
Where is he
but I mean, Enforcer, you looking at it like a Trump rally.
No, I said where are they doing the debate at?
Some building in downtown Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
Downtown. Yeah, it's the Fister Forum where the bus play. Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. No, you can't get This is the president in the building. This ain't a rally.
I know
anybody can go to a rally. You know why? But you ain't the president.
What I'm just saying is how Trump will find a way where he can have.
No, bro, it don't work like that. You got to realize. Have you ever been in the vicinity? I remember George Bush and all them suckers from Texas. They used to come through Houston a lot. Brother, they shut down the freeways and shit for these motherfuckers.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm not bullshitting. I mean, Chris, y'all probably experiencing that now. Because the thing is day after tomorrow.
We getting close because ours is July 13th. But then too, his verdict is like his sentencing is.
That's on like the 15th or something.
So first we got to get past that one first,
right?
Because if that man gets sentenced,
well, he's coming. He's coming here to Virginia Beach, Friday.
Oh, really?
So I'm
who's coming to Virginia Beach?
Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying for work until I get home.
I'm just saying a Trump rally is one thing. He ain't the president of the United States of America.
But he got these people on
Joe Biden, you can't get nowhere near this dude. If he in town, that whole fucking town, whenever any president is in your town, that whole fucking town damn near shuts down in the area that he in.
I understand.
Helicopters and all that.
Yeah.
I understand, but these people are freaking crazy. Yeah, if you watching your Trump, you crazy because
I don't care how crazy it is. If you think what happened on January the 6th, you think them people could get near that building? If the president had been in that building, it would have been like World War II.
It should have been World War II.
You don't mess with the president. You don't get nowhere close to him. I'm telling you. I'd have been around this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You thinking about Donald Trump, who's not the president. He's not the president. He's not. Joe Biden is the president.
I know.
And nobody gets near this guy, bro. Near.
I know he's not, but he got some crazy ass followers.
That might be true, brother. But you come on. Okay, well, come on this shit. You ain't never seen this shit. Come on this shit and watch what happened to your ass. Them Secret Service guys gonna be all over Milwaukee, all over downtown. They got a perimeter that they've sectioned off. I didn't say the driveway.
I'm gonna go down there just to be nosy, though. You know.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna get within maybe 10, 15 blocks.
I don't know.
Maybe 10, 15 blocks of that building.
I don't know why when he said I just see Chris right now with a freaking McDonald's cup and sweet tea sipping, walking around like
just sipping tea, just looking.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how the shit go. They can be as crazy as they can be as crazy as they want to be, but you ain't getting past that barrier. And if you do, you're gonna be watching it on CNN.
Hey,
you're gonna see a Rodney King type gimmick, but it ain't gonna be because the motherfucker was speeding on PCP.
Oh, hold on, Mr. AA_SE14. Yeah, man. Like we've been on air since 7 o'clock. Whatever.
Oh well, we getting ready to wind it up now. Double A. We getting ready to wind it up.
Yeah, you gotta watch
it. We were hoping to get you guys on here though, but
if Joe frees up, we was talking too much. If Joe frees up though, probably gotta let Donald talk. Laugh out loud.
Mr. Marshall Scott.
Hey, bro.
Hey man, we got
whatever happens.
We got London in the building.
Oh, you from London? Okay, that's what's
awesome.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we got a lot of fans from UK.
We worldwide.
We just wrapping up now. But once again, in
but hey man,
so
next time tune in about an hour and a half before, about 1 o'clock. You be good.
Yeah,
damn, 2:28. Oh,
well, you know that's what depending on what coach. For me, that's about 7 hours. From you in Virginia Beach, that's about 5 or 6 hours. From London, depending on what part of London you're in.
That's insane.
Yeah, because I know it's an 8. From the West Coast is about 8 hours.
Hawaii, he said 3.
Marshall, where are you from? You said it's 3:29.
Hawaii. He's in Hawaii.
Real cool. Say I ran off Calcutta. I ain't ran off Calcutta. He was saying some stuff, but I just wasn't reading it no more. Then he tried to be cool and start putting sensible stuff up.
He trying to be a booker. He trying to be a booker.
Yeah, he telling people what the angle should have been.
Y'all just.
He talking about the angle. Ain't that some shit?
Flower
could have paid off. Flower could have paid off people to keep him from. But you know what? Once I think about it, though,
they bullies.
Once I think about it, that don't sound like too bad of an angle.
So now you gonna say that?
So you come for his scalp, and then you run him over with the car, which actually happened to me about 2 days ago. Almost got hit by a car on the. Shut the fuck up! Do not laugh at my pain. No, I'm serious. I almost got hit by a goddamn Mexican.
Hey man, well, you don't know how to cross the street.
That fucking Mexican didn't know how to fucking drive his goddamn car. I'm up here coming down. I have the right of way. And this man almost fucking hit me. He talk about.
Oh wait! You were driving or walking?
No, I was on a scooter. I was on a Lime scooter, and I'm up here in motion. This man, I'm going this way, and this man almost crashed into me. If I was not paying attention, this man would have knocked me off of my scooter.
I'm trying to figure out what were you doing on a scooter?
I was on the scooter having fun.
And not paying attention to where you were going.
Pause. I was paying attention. I was in motion. I had the right of way. This motherfucker.
You ain't got no right of way, man. You on a scooter.
You know what? You kiss my ass, okay?
Hey, man, don't be talking to me like that. You're on a scooter.
I was not at a.
You need to stay on the sidewalk. Stay out the street.
No. You tell that motherfucker that man needs to learn some English.
Don't be cursing that man.
I don't give a damn. I said,
don't be cursing that man.
I did not know no Espanol.
Lucky I wasn't driving in Wisconsin.
No comprende. Nothing like that.
You lucky I wasn't driving in Wisconsin.
I would have came for your ass.
I would have towed the back wheels off that damn scooter.
And I would have came for you. Listen, you should have took off both my kneecaps. You give damn.
That scooter gonna be at the scooter. That scooter gonna be at the scooter shop. Get some new back wheels put on it.
Well, okay. Let's do something to your Harley Davidson, then.
Hey, look, I know how to ride. Don't be rich and bad on me because you don't know how to cross the street.
That's not. You know what? You're not gonna bring this back
because you don't know how to cross the street. You're gonna wish bad on me. What's that about?
I wasn't crossing the street.
You said you had the right.
I was going this way. I was I was in traffic. I was going this way. So, like I said, I had the right of way. I'm in motion. This man is coming from an alley and about to hit me. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Man.
Jeez. On a scooter.
I'm mad.
On a scooter.
Listen, both y'all, fuck y'all.
You're on a scooter, man.
You know what?
Come on, man. We love you, man. We love
you. Whatever. Both of y'all can go to hell as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, man, don't be wishing bad on us because you don't know how to cross the street on a scooter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear it, y'all.
Hey, at least you with us, my brother.
You know what I'm going to do, gang? I'm going to ask the gang. We're going to start a raffle for the great Chris Dilworth. We're going to start a raffle. Okay? We're going to start a raffle to get him a mountain bike. So the Mexican man that he's relating to can see him as he crossed the street. And we're going to get some respect.
I am. You telling me that this blind motherfucker couldn't see me?
It was too late at night, y'all. Boo couldn't see him. We're going to put some lights on his mountain bike.
It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sir.
3 o'clock in the morning, man. I don't know where he was going.
Y'all, you know what? Y'all.
But for my man, Chris Dilworth, for my man, Enforcer, we are 3 the hard way.
Bye, everyone.
See y'all next time. But if you don't do anything else, peace and be one. All right, guys, I'm out.
I'm out, baby.